Hi guys, so right, welcome back to the series that I'm probably not going to finish. This is going to be technically episode 3 in the Chelsea RTG series. If you haven't seen the last one, I actually kind of explained some like rule changes and stuff that I've made, so it's worth checking that out before you kind of click and see this one. And you also see what I've done to the team because you're going to see some major changes when I come back into it later. Anyway, so what I've done today is I've been actually doing some of the beautiful. Let's see if I can find where they are. God, I'm still not used to this menus. It's so crazy. So the SBCs. I've been doing a lot of them on the web app because I'm still currently on the 10-hour trial. But I have gone ahead and I have finished, when I can scroll to it, the Hybrid Nations SBC because they were super cheap right now. Players are about 1,000 if that, which meant you could get these done and get some crazy rewards back very quickly. So that's what we're going to do today. We are going to crack those to start off the episode. So we have a gold players pack, a prime gold players pack, a rare players pack, a rare mega pack, and an electrum players pack. Now again, anybody who I get from here that I think will be like a first owner Chelsea player, I'll probably keep a hold of and I'll actually use them and then sell the ones that I've got because it's just nicer to have first owner players. I've always had first owner players. And then anybody major that we pack, I will then sell them to then look towards buying Kante and any of those lovely icons that we've got lined up. So let's kick it off. Worst to best, I think. Let's start off with that gold players pack. Okay, so it's a rare Isco. Okay. Guys had a bit of a fall from grace, but still Real Madrid value him. The Godling Gardinio. Okay, decent pack. We can use those for some like SBC fodder down the line. That's not too shabby. Prime Gold Players pack. Let's see what we kick. So I think it said there's an 82 plus minimum in the card, which is nice. Cam. Okay, Dani Olmo. Again, pretty good. Spanish Bundesliga. Good for SBC fodder. That's pretty ideal. And I don't see anybody that jumps out that's of relevance. So we'll just move on. Let's have a look at these packs. We'll keep that to last. Let's open the Electrum Players pack first and then save, like I said, the best till last. Let's have a look. Oh, Nelly, it's Silver. Africa. Okay. Traore. Sadly, not the beautiful Adama Traore, but there we go. Nobody crazy in there. We'll just move on. Now then, let's get to the ones that we all came here to see. So let's do the Rare Players pack. This is, I think, the last segment of the SBC. Oh. It's Flares. It's John Stones. Okay. I think he sells for a little bit. Don't quote me on that. Oh, a walkout. Okay. Oh, João Felix. Let's go. Yes. I mean, I love that. I'm more gassed about Reece James than I am of somebody like João Felix and informs and stuff. It's so stupid. But it's nice to have João Felix as like a super sub, even though we already have the whole Chelsea squad on the bench too. But it's still nice to have these players if I decide to mix it up. How much is João Felix these days? Okay. Pretty hefty price tag. And you just discard. That is fine. So I am going to swap you and then put you up to the transfer list. And now for the big boy, the rare mega pack. What do we get today? Let's see. Not a walkout. French left back. And I'm actually super gutted that he has moved to left back. I'm not sure IRL if he has moved to a left back position, but I used to really enjoy having him as a centre back. So, who else did we get here? So Ake, nice Chelsea past and present. He fits the squad. Hunter is really nice, and a duplicate João Felix. Let's go. So that's all right for the packs, and I will let future me take over with what we're doing next. So, yo guys, how we doing? So here's the beautiful Chelsea squad that has been assembled, but we are missing one key little Frenchman in the name of Kante, and I'm really hoping that from the packs from Squad Battles and from another SBC I'm kind of doing in the background, that maybe we can get the coins to buy him, right? That would be amazing. From the earlier pack opening, or from like episode 2's pack opening, there's been a bunch of like non-rare golds and stuff. I've just been listing them up over time and just getting them to sell just for a couple of hundred coins just to build the bank. And I think we're currently sat around like between like 75 and 78,000 coins right now. And Kante at the minute is looking at about 350-ish. So it's going to take a little bit of a grind, but that's what the series is about, right? We find a player we want, we grind the coins, and then we eventually replace them in our main squad. So Kante is the next goal, and then our team is definitely going to look infinitely stronger. And then this is currently the team I'm rocking in squad battles right now. And I'm favoriting a lot of the 3-4-2-1 because I think I've cracked the tactics for that formation in the sense of how Tuchel plays anyway. And that was kind of what I set out to do. I do tend to, in the 3-4-2-1, if I feel like I'm not scoring enough or I want a bit of a change up, I do sub off Havertz and Mount for Werner and Hazard. And it definitely changes the dynamic of the game. And if I'm feeling a bit spicy, I like bringing on Ziyech to play right cam. Anyway, so tactics. That's what we're going to talk about today. I have a couple of custom tactics set up. Now, these are all kind of like experimentations. I'm still trying them out and trying to see like what works because they've changed how custom tactics works this year. So I think the most important one, I think we'll start with this 3-4-2-1 because that's the one I've been playing the most of. And I was looking kind of through the defensive style and I figured that something like a balanced, we needed a bit of everything on the pitch. We didn't need to play drop back because we already aren't playing too much depth because of the pace of our centre-backs. And when you're playing, I don't know, I'm a bit uncomfortable with playing 3-backs, so I'm still kind of trying to get used to it. So I'm playing a bit more depth just to kind of compensate for that. In the sense of build-up play and chance creation, these are the two new things that they've changed this year in offense, and I really, really like them. It definitely gives you a lot more options when you're going through, but for how this team plays and how the tactics are set up, I feel like long ball like kind of works perfectly. And I think watching a lot of like Chelsea games now, it's kind of the vibe they go for. They kind of defend, punt a long ball up to like either like Ziyech or Havertz, who kind of like runs through and then kind of like will hold the ball while everybody else pushes up the pitch to catch up, and they play a bit more of a possession around the box before they have a chance to score. Or like the goal against Aston Villa the other week where Kovacic just punted a long ball through to Lukaku, 2 touches later and it's in the back of the net. So I think long ball 100% works. And chance creation is possession. I think if you've watched Chelsea at all recently since Tuchel's taken over, they like keeping hold of the ball. They like having possession of the ball. I'm playing 40 width. Again, I'm kind of experimenting with what works. Right now, this feels right. Players in the box doesn't seem to be many because they kind of like having people around the edge of the box to kind of make chances, push forward, do a cross, and try and score from a header. And then corners and free kicks are both set to 3. So yeah, like I said, 3-4-2-1. So this is how I set up. I've got Thiago Silva in the centre because he's lacking in the pace. And then I've got Rudiger and Tomori currently around him as a bit more pace just to kind of be there if somebody like Mbappe is breaking through, right? And in front of them, then we've got Jorginho and Kovacic in the centre midfield, and then Chilwell and Reece James on the right mid and left mid spot to kind of go forward and push back. And then above them, we've got Havertz and Mount, and then up top, of course, Lukaku. So the instructions I've got, so for Lukaku, I've got stay central, target man, and stay forward. So I want him to stay in the centre of the pitch. I don't want him to drift wide, and I want him to be the target man. I want him to kind of back up into those defenders so that he can receive the ball and then either lay off Havertz, Mount, or Reece James or Ben Chilwell, or they can do a simple 1-2 and Lukaku is then straight through on goal, or Lukaku can turn, body the defender and have a clean shot on goal. So for Mount, basic, balanced, everything's basic here, all basic. Reece James, obviously, come back on defence, because when we attack, we want to attack, leaving only 3 centre-backs, and then when we coming back, then we kind of want that 5-back formation that Tuchel plays. So both Reece James, I believe, are basically just come back on defence and basic, come back on defence, basic. So they can always push up and come back. And then, of course, we've got Jorginho. So what I've done here is I've got them, both Jorginho and Kovacic, to cover centre, because we don't want them to drift wide either. We want to stay in the centre of the park. So we kind of dominate in a 4 line. I've kept Jorginho on stay back while attacking because he's more of like a CDM to me. So this is what Kante will do eventually when we get him. Kind of like stay back, kind of just be that middleman in the park, while then Kovacic is on balance so that he has the option to run forward and get involved in the attack if it comes up. And then all the centre-backs are just on stay back, 6th position, and then Mendy is just balanced and balanced. The team set up, I've got Thiago Silva as the captain. Kind of want to change it, but Thiago Silva's the GOAT, man. He's so good. Free kicks is just Mount. Penalties, Jorginho. I mean, he scored some amazing penalties throughout the season and in the Euros, so who else would I give the penalty spot to, right? And then corners on Mount. So that's kind of my custom tactics set up at the minute. They might change. And what I might do then, if I do change them and have reason, or if you guys let me know of some tactics that do need changing, I'll definitely make another video to follow up on this and tweak the tactics and get better. So I think that's kind of the end of the video for now. I don't really have an outro. This is the first time I'm actually having an outro to say I don't have an outro. But that works. But take it easy, guys, and peace. I'm just like going to be super chill about this and just leave it recording as well. Because there's nobody big is really going to come out of this. It's only 75 to 83. It's not like I'm going to hit anybody that I need or something like that. Yeah, not quite, mate. Not quite. Brandt, however. Oh, Nelly.